I'm one of these people that likes to drill down to the root of things. And there's a part of me that's just, what's the word? It's like I have compassion for all the components. And what I mean by that is we humans are so desperate to know God sees us. You know what I mean? That God, he sees us, he knows me, he loves me, right? We're so desperate for some sort of affirmation from heaven that we matter, right? So there's a vulnerability in all of our souls to, this need we have, right? Then you have leaders out there who we want to be our heroes, to reaffirm and see it, right? So it's like, well, if we don't get that from God, then we turn to humans, and so here we are looking for heroes that we want to be associated with because we all want to be around success. And then you have heroes who want to be heroes, right? There's that whole type of personality that that loves to be the center of attention. And then over here you have people that are reinforcing all that, and it's a mess, really. It's like a collision. I mean, this sounds funny, but it's like a collision of need, right? It's like all these needs all colliding together. And I think that's where we become vulnerable. And I think over the years, what I've realized is I got to find God for me. Like, the reason I'm vulnerable, the reason I was open to so much is because I didn't have a sense of my own, I didn't have a sense of, a strong sense of my own relationship with God, right? In other words, it's sort of like when you're insecure and you feel like you need something, you go outside, right, and get it and try to bring it in, right? That's what we do. It's like when we feel empty, we go somewhere and we grab something to fill our emptiness. And it can be good things or bad things. But when you find God for yourself, you don't need it. And one of the things that I've been fascinated with people that have read my book is some of the people that are my age are reading it, but they're sort of emotionally detached. And the reason is because they had their own walk with God. Like Mike and Bob Jones, they came, they saw it all, but they didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's the need that makes us vulnerable. And it's the need that a lot of these guys prey on. I mean, that's how Conmen work, right? They're so good at seeing the broken human side of us and the need we have. And then they come along and they tell us just what we want to hear. That's what made me start going, wait a minute here. This is getting a little incestuous here. Yeah. Right? It's like we're prophesying about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like this isn't coming from the outside. This isn't coming from people that have no dog in the hunt, right? As they say. You know what I mean? We're prophesying with prejudice.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
When I was studying Branhamism, there were two key elements that I think the vast majority of latter rain just totally missed. And the first one is he considered himself a great teacher towards the end of his ministry, and that's how the entire movement spun up, because now they're following his teaching instead of the Bible. But he made this, he would frequently make this statement that gave people the correct warning. He said, I don't know the book real well, I just know the author. And he's referring to the Bible, right? I don't know what I'm teaching is what he's telling the people. And the people, like you said, had such a need, most of them sick and needy. That's why they were in this healing revival. So they were looking beyond their common sense because they were in this need, and they were totally ignoring the man who's telling them, don't listen to my teaching because I know nothing. The other thing he said was, I'm not a prophet. You said that. And he would frequently say this, right? Mm-hmm. He is aware mentally, in the early years at least, that he's just randomly pulling statements out of his butt, and people are thinking they're prophecies. And then people are saying, oh, you must be a prophet. And I never said I was a prophet. You said that. And he would continuously say this. Well, like you said, because there is such a need, the people, I mean, these people that were joining into the healing revivals were suffering. Many of them,
Yeah,
you know,
desperate.
they didn't have today's medicine, so many of them were going to die. That's how bad it was. They were looking for anything that could heal them or their neighbor or their loved one, whoever it was that they were there for. So they're joining into these things, and they're totally forgetting common sense because they have a need. And the person that they're going to is telling them, look, I'm not this thing that you're telling me that I am. But the problem is, over time, because they're human, he's aware of this in the early years. If you look in the later years, he was just bat crazy, and he started to believe the things that people were convincing him of.